Hello everyone, welcome to WebDev Warrior. In today's video, we are going to build a NFT landing page using the most demanded technology, which is React.js, Next.js, TypeScript, and Tailwind CSS. Let me show you a demo of the landing page. So if we refresh this page, you can see a beautiful animation here. So here we have the nav bar, then we have a search bar here. We have two icon button, one is for user and one for the card, and here you can see a little number, means how many item is added in the card. Then we have a connect wallet button. So here we have a button called get started. If I hover, you can see it has the beautiful hover effect. Then you see the animation, and then we have the about us section with button with cool hover effect. Then we have become a creator section with 4 card item. Then we have popular item with beautiful animation. Then we have a live bidding section with a slider. You can slide left, right, and it has also a auto sliding feature. As you can see, it auto slide. Then we have a creator section, again with beautiful animation. Then we have the footer. And this project is completely responsive, fully responsive. Let me show you the responsiveness. So if we select iPhone, as you can see, it's perfectly responsive in mobile view. Everything looks great in mobile. So if I refresh, you can see the animation also work properly in mobile phone. So this is our project. We are going to build this beautiful landing page. I'm going to explain everything to you so that you can understand how to build, how to structure, and how to deploy a Next.js website. The starter file and all the assets are given in the description. You can get the full source code in the description as well. If you have any question related to this project, you can ask me in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe our channel for more interesting content. Now let's start our code. Now we are going to set up our project. So first of all, create a new folder. I'm going to name it NFTYT, and then I'm going to open this folder with Visual Studio Code. Then I'm going to open a new terminal. Now head over to your browser and search Next.js, and then the installation. Now copy this npm script and paste it in your terminal. Add a /share so that all the packages are downloaded in this folder. Now it will take some time to initialize the project. It asked us, would you like to use TypeScript? Yes, we are going to use TypeScript. We are going to use ESLint. We are going to use Tailwind CSS. No, we do not need source directory. We do not need app router. And we do not need import alias. Now it will take some time to install all the packages. Now all the packages is downloaded successfully. Now go to the tailwind.config.ts. We do not need this background images here. Then the style and global.css, we do not need this code. In the pages and index, we're going to remove all of this and name this home page. Here I am using an extension. The name of this extension is ES7 React Redux React Native Snippet. You can use this to some of the shortcut for some of the shortcuts. Now back to the project. I'm going to give this a Tailwind CSS class, text 9x and text rate 900. Let's see if this works. Npm run dev to start our project. So now going to the browser and type localhost 3000. As you can see, our Tailwind CSS is working properly. Now we are going to add font in our project. For this, go to the Google Font website. Search for Google Font and come to this website, Google Fonts. And for this project, we are going to use a font called Gorditas. So this is the font we are going to use in this project. Now select the regular 400 and bold 700. Then import this part in our project. Copy this and paste it in our style.css. Then come to that Tailwind config here in theme and then extend and font family, and we're going to name it primary, and then we're going to pass this value. We are going to pass this value as a string of array. So that's it. We just added font in our config file. Now we're going to the document.tss, and in the body we're going to add this font primary. So our full project will be used by this font, this Gorditas. Our font is added successfully. As you can see, the font is working perfectly. Now we need some images for our project. So in our project, in the public folder, we're going to create a file. We are going to create a folder called images. And for now, I'm going to copy the images. You can get these images in the starter file, and the starter file is in the description. So copy this image and I'm going to paste it here. Now the images is added. So these are the images we are going to use. Now for our project, we need some icons. So for the icon, we are going to use hero icons. Go to this website called heroicons.com and the documentations. And in the documentation, you will get a npm script to install the icon. So here is the script npm install hero icons /react. So now head over to our project and open a new terminal, and here we are going to run the script npm install hero icons react. So this will install the icon in our project. So it's taking some time to install the packages. So now the icon is added successfully, and in the folder we are going to create a folder called components. So this is our basic setup of our project. Now we are going to add navbar in our project. For that, go to the component folder and add a nav.txt file, tsx file. Now add this nav in our index file. We do not need this design. So this is the nav, and in our final project the nav will look like this. Let's implement the navbar. So for the first step, we're going to have height 12 ph for viewport height. We're going to give a background for our nav. So this is the background of our navbar. Now for this step, we're going to add a width of 90%, flex item center, height will be 100%, the parent element, justify of this element will be between, and margin will be auto. Now for the first element will be the logo. For the h1, we'll have a class name of text will be 20 pixel. In the small device, the text is small, and the higher device, the text will be 30 pixel. The color will be text is white. So this is our logo. It's not completed. Let me span. The text color will be yellow 300. So now it's looking good. And next we have another div with class name flex. Items will be center, and the space x will be 4. The space between the elements will be 4. Space x 4. Now here we have another div with class name height of 50%, and it will be hidden in the smaller device, and in medium and larger device it will be block. It will be relative. The text will be black. Padding 2. Background color will be BG gray 100 and rounded LG. Inside of this div, we have an input element of type text, and we also have an icon, which is magnifying glass icon. This icon is from the hero icon. Now for the input, we have class name, block. The outline will be none. The background will be transparent. The height will be 100%. Width will be 90%. And for the icon, we have class name, width 1.3 RAM, height 1.3 RAM. Text will be black. It will be an absolute position from the top 20% and from the right 1 RAM. So this is our search bar. Next we have a div with class name, width of 2 RAM. In the hover, the background will be red 600. Cursor will be pointer. Cursor will be pointer. Transition all. Duration 200. Height will be 2 RAM. In the small or higher device, the width will be 3.4 RAM. The height will be 3.4 RAM in the smaller and higher devices. It will be the rounded full flex item center, justify center, and the background will be a hex code of this. Inside this div, we have an icon, which is user icon. User icon from hero icon. The user icon have the following class name. The width of the icon will be 1.3 RAM. The height of the icon will be 1.3 RAM. The text color will be white. Now let's check. So this is the user icon. We are going to copy this div and paste right after and just change the user icon to a shopping bag icon. Now it's our cart icon, cart button. The shopping icon also have a number of how many product is added in the shopping cart. For that, add a span here in the number of product that is added in the cart. Then give the following class name. The width will be 0.7 RAM, height will be 0.7 RAM. For the small and higher devices, the width will be 1.1 RAM, height will be 1.1 RAM. The font size will be 10 pixel. For small and higher devices, the font size will be 13 pixel. The position will be absolute. From top 0, right 0. You can see it's here. We have to give this div a relative position. Relative position. Now it's here. From right 0, then we have flex, item center, justify center, background will be red, 600, rounded will be full, and the text will be white color. So this is the cart button, and this is the user icon. Next, we have a button called connect wallet. That after this div, we're going to take a button element. And here, connect wallet. For the button, the padding X will be 6. If you can hover, then see it's the padding left will be 1.5 RAM and padding right will be 1.5 RAM. Then we have padding in y-axis is 2. The font size will be 13 pixel. And for the small and higher devices, the text will be 16 pixel. In the small or higher devices, the x-axis padding will be 8 and py will be 3. In hover, the background color will change to blue. We're going to add a transition. For that, transition all, duration will be 200 millisecond. The initial background color will be BG blue 600. Text color will be white and rounded 3xl. So this is the connect wallet button. So now our nav is completed. Let me show you the responsiveness for the nav. So as you can see, it's fully responsive in mobile. If we select iPhone SE, you can see it's fit perfectly. If we select iPhone 12 Pro, it's also fit perfectly. So our nav is perfectly responsive. So this is the nav section of our project. Now we are going to implement the hero section. Let me show you the hero section. So this is the hero section where we have an image and some text and a button. So now we are going to implement this hero section. So let's go to our code editor and create a file named hero.tsx. Now use the shortcut, then add this to our index file. So first, the div have a class name of height 60 viewport height. And for small and larger devices, the height will be 88 VH. We are going to apply a background of then flex, and flex will be column, justify will be center. So here is the text and this is the background. Now inside the div we have another div with class name of grid. The grid calls will be 1, and for medium devices grid calls will be 2, items will be center, width will be 80%, margin will be auto, and the grid cap will be 2 rem. Then we have two divs, one div for the text and another div for the images. First work on the text div. So this div has a class name margin top of 2 rem, and the small and larger devices margin top will be 0. Then we have an h1 with the heading sell your real NFTs and earn money. This h1 have a class name of text 30 pixel, its font size is 30 pixel, and in medium screen size text will be 40 pixel. It will be a dash. Then for the larger device the font size will be 50 pixel, and we use a custom leading of 2 rem, and smaller and larger screen size the leading will be 4 rem. The leading is mainly the gap between these two, and there is a text white. This is the heading. Then we have some description. So this is another extension. Let me show you the extension. This is the lorem ipsum extension which generate random text. So this is the random text generated using lorem ipsum extension. Now this p tag has a class name of margin top 1 rem, text white, opacity 80, then font size 15 pixel, and MD medium and large screen size. The text will be 17 pixel. So let's check. So this is our description, and then we have a button. So the button have class name. So before is the position will be relative, height will be 12, width will be 40, and overflow hidden background color will be BG blue 700, text color will be white, font will be semi bold, shadow will be 2 pixel. Before element of this button will be absolute position. The before element has a left 0. For the before element there will be a minus margin top 2, not margin top, margin left. Margin left will be 2. The before element have a height 48. The before element will be width 48. Here 48 means 12 RAM. The before element have a origin of top right. The before element have a translate minus translate x4 x4 before translate y will be 12. Before minus rotate 90 degree rotate. The before element have a background color of bg hash BA5959. Before the transition will be all. Before the duration will be 300 microsecond, 300 millisecond, and in hover the text will be white. The button has a margin top of 1.5 rem, and hover the before element will be rotate 180 degree. Inside the button, we have a span, and the text will be get started. Get started. The span have a class name of relative. Jet index is 10. Let's check our button. So this is our button and this is the hover effect. So our left side is completed. Now for the image, we are going to use Next.js image. We are going to import images from next image. Then we have to give a source name. For the source, it will be images slash hero.png. Have to give a alt text. Here we are going to say hero. Then we will use a width of 400 and height of 400. The class name object content. So let's check. So this is our image. It's showing here. Now our hero section is completed. Let me show you if it is responsive or not. So this is the responsiveness. So as you can see, it's fully responsive. There are some issue in the responsiveness. So there are some issue in the responsiveness. We have to give a class name here. It's the image will be hidden in the smaller device, and smaller and larger devices it will be blocked. Then in the smaller and larger devices the margin will be auto, and screen size higher than the large screen size, the margin on the x-axis will be 0. Now let's check. Now it's looking good. Now it's fully responsive. Increase. The image is showing now. Now the hero section is perfectly responsive. So our hero section is completed. I'm going to build the about us section. Let me show you the about us section. So this is the about us section where we have a image and some description about us. So here is a button called read more. So we are going to divide this in two parts, and we are going to apply grid, and this will be grid calls 1 and this will be grid calls 1. So let's start coding. So for that, in the component folder we are going to create a file called about.tsx. Now we will use our shortcut, and then we are going to add this in our home page. About, and that's it. So this is our about. Now let's style this. So first of all, the first div have a class name of padding top 5 rem and padding bottom of 3 rem for some padding. And then we have background color BG blue 950. So here is some padding in top and bottom and the background. Now there will be another div and we are going to make this div a grid. First of all, define a width of 80%. Margin will be auto. Then it will be a grid. Grid calls to. We're going to divide in two parts. One will be for the images and one will be for the text. Now the grid calls to will be for larger and large and more larger screen size. Normally it will have a grid calls of 1. The items will be center, justify center. No, we do not need justify center here. We need a gap of 3 rows. So this is our div. Then another div with in this div we are going to specify our image and the image will come from the next images. Then we are going to define the source of the images, that is slash images slash about.jpg. We have to give an alt. For that we are going to write about. Then we have a height 500 and width of 500. Then this image have a class name of -rotate of 12 and rounded LG. So this is our image. We need the box here. For the box we are going to design this div. The class name for medium screen size, the width will be 500 pixel, and for medium the height will be 600 pixel. And normally the screen size less than the medium, the width will be 80% and the height will also be 80%. The border will be 3 pixel, will be a flex, an item center, justify center. This flex is for that the image is center of the div. Then we have a border of gray 400 and then rounded LG. So this is our images for the about us section. Now we are going to implement this part, the text part and the button. So for that, after this div we are going to specify another div, and inside the div we have a p tag where it says about us. Then we have a heading h1, say discover more, collect and sell rare NFTs. For these two elements, we are going to create a custom style for this, and we are going to name this heading mini, and this one going to class name heading primary. we are giving the custom class name so that we can use this class for the next section. So there are many section or many paragraph, and each one text we need the same design. That's why we are giving a common name. This is heading mini and this is heading primary. Now let's define this design in our global.css. So for that we are going to add a layer, then components, then we are going to specify our heading mini. By doing this, we can reuse the design of this heading mini and heading primary. So for the heading mini, we are going to apply font size 30 pixel, means text 30 pixel. In the medium and larger screen, the text will be 15 pixel, text color will be white, and the text opacity will be 90. Now for the heading primary, we are going to apply text will be 25 pixel. In the medium and larger, the text will be 30 pixel, and for large and higher devices, the text will be 35 pixel, and for extra large screen, the text will be 45 pixel. We're going to again use a custom leading of 2.5 gram, and for medium and large scale, we'll use leading of 3.5 gram, and the text color will be white. Text white. So these are heading mini and heading primary. Let's check. It's not working. Maybe there is some error. Okay, so we do not save this file. Now save this file. Now it's working properly. About us and discover more, collect and rare NFTs. So next we have another p tag. We're going to use the lorem ipsum. We're going to use the lorem ipsum for generating random text. Now we are going to give this a class of text 15 pixel, medium and larger screen, text 17 pixel, margin top 1 ram, margin bottom 1 ram, text will be white, and the opacity will be 80. Now we are going to add another paragraph here and save this file. Now if I check this, our description part is ready. So this is our description for about us section. Now we need the button. For the button, we are going to copy the one we are created. So this is the button. So we are going to copy this and then paste it here and change the text here. The text will be here, read more. Now if you save this, the button is ready. So this is our about us section. Let me show you the responsiveness. So there are some issue in the responsiveness. Let me check the design again. code again. So here we're going to use extra large screen. So now if we're going to check this, now it's looking good, and now it's fully responsive. Now as you can see, it's perfectly fit for all the screen sizes. Our about section is completed. Now we are going to build this become a creator section. Here we have 4 cards with different icons, a heading, a small description, and a button. So now our task is to build this section. So let's go to our code editor. I'm going to create a file called become creator.css. Then we are going to use our shortcut to create a component. Now we are going to add this component in our home page. Become a creator. So here is the become a creator. Now we are going to build this component. For that, the first div have a class name of padding bottom of 3 RAM, padding top of 5 RAM, and background color will be blue 900. So this is the padding top and bottom in our become creator. Next, we have a div. This is for the headings. The class name will be text center, and inside this div we have a p tag with class name, heading, meaning. And there we are going to give a become a creator. Then we have a h1, and inside the h1 we have create, and then we have a span. Notice we have a span element. Here will be cell, and then your NFTs. For the h1, the class name will be heading primary, the class we created previously. And for the span, the text color will be yellow 300. So let's check. So here it is, become a creator, and then create and sell your NFTs. So our heading is completed. Then we have another div, and for this div we are going to divide it in 4 parts. So we are going to use grid, and grid calls 4. So first of all, we are going to give a class name of width 80%. We are going to make the width 80%. Then margin will be auto, margin top. We need some margin from top, and it is 5 RAM. Then grid, grid. For the smaller device, the grid calls will be 1. And for MD, medium screen size, the grid calls will be 2. For larger, the grid calls will be 4. And the grid gap will be 3 RAM. Now inside this div we have the first card. This div have a class name of background will be white, and when over the background will change to red 700. We are going to apply a transition all, then cursor pointer duration will be 300. The background opacity will be 10, very low opacity. And the rounded will be MD. MD means medium, and there will be a padding P4, which means that 1 rem padding. So inside this div we have an icon. Here we are going to use a rocket launch icon. The icon have a class name, width of 4 rem, height of 4 rem, margin top will be 1.5 rem, text color will be yellow. 300. So these are first box, as you can see on the hover, it's changing its color. After the icon we have a H1 setup your wallet. Then this H1 have a class name of in margin top 1 rem, text 20 pixel, text color will be white. So these are heading. Now we have the description. For this we are going to use our lorem ipsum generator to generate a random text. We are going to use a class name of margin top 1 rem. The font size will be 15 pixel. Text color will be white, and the opacity will be 85. This is our description. Then we have a button. Button read more. The button has the following CSS properties. This margin top 1 rem. The font size will be 17 pixel. Over text yellow 300. On the hover we are going to change the text color. Normally the text color will be white, and we are going to use an underline. So this is our first card. Now we need 4, so we are going to copy this div 4 times. You can create a custom component for this, reusable component or helper component. Then you can just reuse this and passing some profs here. For the second div, we're going to change the icon. We are going to use a chart by icon. For the third element, the third div, we are going to use identification icon. Then for the fourth, we are going to use presentation chart bar icon, and we are going to give a different color for each icon. So this is the first. For the second, the text color will be text green, and the third, for third icon, the text color will be orange, and for the fourth, so this is our become a creator section. Let me show you the responsiveness. So as you can see, it's fit for every screen size. If we go for iPhone, it's perfectly showing, is fully responsive. So our become a creator section is completed. Now we are going to build this popular item section where we have the card, and you can place a bead here. So we are going to create this section now. So let's go to our code editor. In the component folder, create a file called popular nft.tsx. Now we are going to use our shortcut to create the component and then add the component in our home page. Make it uppercase popular NFT, and also here make it uppercase component. Now add this in our home page. Popular NFT. These are popular NFT section. So now we have to style this. So first, the div have some padding in top and bottom. Then we have a background color of BG Blue 950. So this is the background. This is the padding top and bottom. Then we have another div for the heading. It has a text center plus. Then we have a P for popular item, and the class name will be heading menu. Then we have our H1 explore popular NFTs. This H1 have a class name of heading primary, and the span have a class name text yellow 300. it's not working, so let's check. So we have to change the file path here. Slash components slash it will be in uppercase. Now it's showing. Let's again import this. Now it's working properly. Then we have another div. This div have the grid element. As you can see, we'll have 3 elements in the grid, so we have to divide the space in 3 parts. So we have to define a grid calls 3 for the 3 card item. Now let's go to our popular NFT section, and then class name width will be 80%, heading top will be 5 rem, margin in x-axis will be auto grid. For smaller device, grid calls 1, and larger screen grid calls 2, and extra large grid calls 3. We have to give a gap of 1.5 gram. Now we are going to create a helper component for this card. So we are going to create a helper component to create a card. For that, here we'll have a NFT card. Let's create a folder here called helper, and in helper we are going to create a NFT card.tsx. We are going to use our shortcut for creating the component structure. Then here we have popular for uppercase. Now it's not showing any error. And in popular NFT, we have an NFT card. The NFT card, we have to give some props here. So we will pass the images slash images slash NFT1 dot svg. Then we are going to pass the title. For that, this one, the title will be Warriors. Warrior. Then we have an author name and the price 3.25. So it's giving us a warning because we do not define any types for these props. So let's head over to our NFT card. Then we're going to define our props types using the interface. This is a TypeScript features. So we're going to add interface and for the props, and the props will have an image, and the type of the image is a string, Then we have title, it is also a string. Then we have author of type string. Then we have price of type string. So we now define the type of our props. Then we have to pass these props in our component so that the component can have the right types for the props. So for that we will have a third bracket here and then colon, and here we are going to pass our prop. Now the type is defined properly for the props. Here we can get our type price, title, author, and images. Now we are going to implement our NFT card. So for that, the grid have a P4 into BG, background color will be white, rounded large, rounded LG, the BG background opacity will be 15. Then we have the image from next image. The image have source means image, alt, will pass title for the alt. This one we have to pass the image URL as a string. So image, then we have width, then we have width 400, height 400, and the image have a class name of margin auto rounded LG. So let's check. So this is our image. Then we have a h1 title, and the h1 have a class name margin top 1.5 gram, text color will be white, the font size will be 25 pixel. Let's check. So this is our title, and then we have a paragraph tab for the author, and the class theme will be margin top of 0.2 gram, font size will be 15 pixel, text color will be yellow 400, yellow 300. So this is the author. Then we have another div, class name margin top of 1.5 gram. The flex item will be center, justify between, and inside the div we have a button element for place a bid and a price tag, a p tag for price. The button has a class name of px6 ui3, background color will be yellow 300, and over the background color will be yellow 500, transition all, duration 150 milliseconds. Text color will be black and rounded LG and rounded large. And the p tag have a class name of text 18 pixel text white. Its price 50H. So let's check. So this is our one card. Now we have to add more card here. For that, we are going to the popular NFT card. We are going to copy this. Then for the second card, the image will be nft2.svg. SVG. We are going to change the title. I'm going to change the price. Then we are going to copy the third card item. Will be NFT3. Fourth, then for the fifth card item, and for the sixth card item. So now let's check. So this is our card. This will be 6. So this is our popular NFT section. Now let's check if it's responsive or not. Responsive. As you can see, it's fully responsive for all the devices. So this section is completed. Now we are going to build this live bidding slider. So here we have a slider. We can go left and right, and it's auto slide. It has the auto slide feature. So let's build this component. For that, go to the component folder and create a file called live bidding.tsx. Then we are going to use the shortcut to create the component structure, and we are going to add this in our home page. Live bidding. So here is live bidding. Now we give them some CSS property or Tailwind property. So let's go to our live bidding. The first div have a class name of padding bottom 5 RAM, padding top will be 3 RAM, and background will be blue 900. It will be padding top 5 rem and padding bottom 3 rem. So now it's correct. Then we have the heading. For that there is a div with class name text center. Then we have a p of bidding. And the class name will be heading, meaning the custom class that we created previously. Then we have each one, and the each one have a class name of heading primary, and also have a margin top of 0.5 rem, and the span have a class name of text yellow 300. Now let's check this. So this is our live bidding. Then we have a div with class name of with 80%, margin will be auto, and padding top will be 5. And inside this div we have our slider. For the slider we are going to create a helper function which is called bid slider, and we are going to add the slider related configuration and everything in this file. So let's create a helper function here, helper component bid slider.tss. Then we are going to use our shortcut and add this component here, bid slider. So now we have the bid slider helper component. Now for the slider, to implement this slider, we are going to use a npm package which is called React Multi Carousel. So let's go and search React Multi Carousel. So this is the npm packages for the React Multi Carousel. So we are going to the GitHub page for this package. You can read the documentation here, and everything you need to know are included in this documentation. So now we need to install this package. For that we're going to use this npm script. Now copy this script and then paste it in your terminal. Now it will install the packages. We also need to import the carousel and the style. So copy this and paste it here. Then we need this responsive constant. We're going to pass this in our carousel. So copy this and paste it here. We're going to change some parameter here. So let's configure this. For the desktop size, the max will be 3000 and the min will be this. The item will be 3 and slides to slide 1. So you want one card to slide. Then for the tablet, the max will be this and the min will be this. And the item will be 2 and the slides to slide will be 1. Then we have the mobile. For mobile, it will be 764 and the min is 0. And item will be 1 and slides to slide will be 1. Then we are going to add our carousel here. and then we are going to pass some parameter here. For this additional transform will be 0, then arrows will be true, then autoplay will be true, the autoplay speed will be 5 seconds or 5000 millisecond, the center mode will be false, and then the it will be infinite sliding, then the responsive, and we're going to pass our responsive variable. So this is the responsive variable. Then we have item class where you can define your own style here. So now for the element of the carousel component, we are going to our popular NFT, and we just copy this whole thing. So this card item, we're going to reuse this in our slider. So paste this and then just import the NFT card. So that's it. Let's check if our slider working. So this is our bidding slider, live bidding slider, and as you can see it's working properly. So let's check if it's responsive or not. So responsive, so as you can see it's perfectly responsive. So if we select specific devices like iPhone 12, it's responsive. So our live bidding section is completed. Now we are going to create the top creator section. So this is the top creator section. So now we are going to build this. So let's go to our component folder and create a file called top creator.tsx. Now we will use our shortcut, then add this to our home page. So here we added our top creator component. So now go to the top creator, then for the div we're going to give this class name of padding bottom of 3 RAM, padding top of 5 RAM, background color will be PG blue 950. So this is the top creator and the background. Then we have the section heading. For this we have a div class name of text center, then we have a p tag creator, and the class name will be heading mini. Then we have an h1 with top and creator of today. This pen have a class name of text yellow 300, and the h1 have a class name of heading primary. Now let's check. So these are heading, top creator and creator. So now we have another div of class name with 80% padding. Top will be 5 rep. MX will be auto. And now for this session we are also going to use grid, and we are going to divide this in 6 parts. So in our code, let's use grid, and for smaller device there will be grid calls 2, and medium device grid calls 3, and for large grid call 4, and in the extra large there will be grid call 6. The grid gap will be 2 rep. And inside this div we have another div, and here we are going to create a helper component, and this will be creator card. So let's create our helper component. So in the helper folder we have creator card.tsx. Now we are going to add this in our top creator section. So here we have creator card. We have to give some props to the creator card. So we are going to use 3 props. First is image. So we are going to pass a images slash user6 dot png. Then we are going to pass the username. So here the user is this, and finally we are going to pass price. So 734 580 h. So we get a type error here, so we need to specify the types in our creator card component. So here we have interface, the TypeScript features, and we are going to define the type of the props using this interface. So first the user will be type string, price will be type string, and image will be type string. Now we are going to add this prop in our component. Then we are going to import our image, price, and user. Now this div have a class name of text center. Inside this div we have another div and an image. We are going to use Next.js image. The source will be the image that we are passing as a props. For the alt we are going to use the username, and the width will be 200, height will be 200, and class name next auto. Then after this step we have a h1 user and a paragraph tag for the price. This h1 have a class name of text 25 pixel, text color will be white, margin top will be 1.5 ram, and for the p tag the class name will be text yellow 400. So this is our first card. So now we are going to create more card. For that, we'll go to the top creator section and we just copy this tip 5 times. Then we are going to change the image. So for that one, let's give some random name. So now let's check. So this is our top creator section. Let me show you the responsiveness. So you see this is fully responsive. If I go to iPhone 12 Pro, so this is perfectly responsive. So now the creator section is completed. Now we are going to build the footer section. So this is our footer section. So we have 4 parts here. We are going to use the grid system again to divide it in 4 parts. So now let's start our footer section. For this, let's go to the component folder and create a file called footer.txt. Then we will use our shortcut RAFCE and add this footer in the bottom of our home page. So let's check. So this is our footer. Now go to the footer component, and for the first div it have a class name of padding top 5 RAM, padding bottom 3 RAM, and background color will be BG Blue 900. So this is the background. Then we have another div with class name width of 80%, border bottom will be 1.2 pixel, padding bottom will be 2 RAM, the border bottom color slate 500. Then we have margin auto will be a grid item, and for smaller device it have grid cost 1. For medium device have grid cost 2, and for large screen it have grid cost 4, and grid gap will be 3. Then inside this div we have another div, and in this div we have a basically here we have our logo. So we are going to copy the logo from our navbar section. So this is our logo. We are going to copy this and paste it here. So here it is, and this is the border bottom. Next, we have a p tag. We are going to generate the random text using the lorem ipsum extension. This p tag have a class name of font 14 pixel, text white, and opacity 60. So this is it. We are going to add a padding top of 1 rem. So there is some space between them. Then another p tag where we are going to add our phone number. It's a dummy phone number. And then we are going to use the email. We have a class name of text 40 pixel, margin top 1.4 rem, text color will be white, opacity will be 80. So this is it. Next, after this div, we have another div, and it has a class name of for larger screen the margin will be auto. Then we have an h1 of information. Then we have p tags of about us. Then privacy policy. Then wallet, bidding, and FAQ. So for the heading, it has a class name of text 20 pixel, text white, margin bottom 1.5 rem. This is the information. And for all the p tab, we are going to custom class called footer link. Now in our global CSS, we're going to add the footer link and apply the following style. For the text will be white, the font size will be 15 pixel, margin bottom will be 1 rem, width will be feet, cursor will be pointer, over, text yellow 400. So this is our first part of the links. Now we are going to the footer and we are going to copy it 2 times. And then change some of the information. Account, dashboard, my bidding, my wish list, account details, and track my sell. Then we have shop, affiliate, best sellers, discount, latest product, and sell products. So this is our footer. Now we have the copyright things left, which is this part. So let's build this thing. For that, after this div, we are going to add another div, class name, margin top to RAM. It will be a grid item. Grid calls 1 for smaller devices. Cap will be 1.4 RAM. In small or larger devices, the grid calls will be 2. Justified will be between. Weight will be 80%, and margin will be auto. Then we have a p tag. This is the code of the copy icon. So you have to add a colon. So this is the code for this. Then we have copyright, two 2024. It is the following class name. Text will be 40 pixel. Text color will be white, and opacity will be 60. And then we have an image. We are going to import the next image tag. The source will be slash images slash pay.svg. The alt text will be pay. Width will be 230 and height will be 230. Class name, object contain for smaller size. The margin left will be auto. So our footer is complete. Let's check its responsiveness. As you can see, it's fully responsive. If we select some specific devices, it's fully responsive and it's looking beautiful. So now the only thing that is left is to add some animation. Now we are going to add the animation for our website. Let me show you the animation. So as you can see, the animation going on. So for the animation, we are going to use a package which is called animation on scroll or AOS. So let's go to their website. So this is their GitHub page. So this is the AOS scroll library. So as you can see, they have different type of animation. All you need is just to add this data tag in your div or the element you want to animate. So for that, we need to install this package in our project. So go to their GitHub, then copy this npm script to install this in our project. So paste it here and run. Now we have to configure the AOS. For that, we have to import this. Now copy it in your index file. So this is for the styling. There are some warning. So we have to install the types. So just copy this. It will install the correct type for the AOS. So now it's gone. Next, we are going to use the use effect hooks for configuration. Here we are going to passing the empty array. Then here we have AOS dot init. Here we are going to give some parameter. So you can see different types of parameter here, and the documentation is here. You can read this, and here is what type of animation are available, like fade animation, flip animation, zoom animation. There are other things you can configure. So we just need, first we have to give a duration. We are giving it 1 second. Then easing will be ease. Then once we're going to set this true, and then anchor placement we will use top bottom. Now go to the hero section, and hero section, so this h1 we are going to use data.aos fed right. So here you can find all type of animation. This is fade up, fade down, fade right, fade left. So we are just using this data tag. So let's check. If I refresh, as you can see, it's animating. Next, for the p tag, here we are going to use data-aos. Here we use fade left, and we also use a delay. So this p tag comes after the h1 tag. So we are going to use the delay of 200 milliseconds. Then we are going to copy this and paste it for the button. For the button, we will give a zoom in animation, and the delay will be 400. And then the last, we have the image. For the image, we are going to use data-aos fade left, and the delay will be 600 milliseconds. So let's refresh. So you can see the animation. It's really simple. Next, we have this. So this image, we have to go to the about section. In this div, we have data-aos zoom in, and here we will use a custom anchor placement of top center. So this animation also working. Then we'll animate this card. So go to the creator card. So for the first one, we have data-aos equal to fade right and data dash anchor dash placement top center. Now copy this. For the second div, we'll use the same, but we'll give a delay. Delay of 100 milliseconds. We are going to copy this. For the next one, everything will be the same. The delay will be 200 milliseconds. And for the last one, we have 300 milliseconds. So let's check. You can see it's working properly. Yes. So next we have this card. Now we are going to animate this card. So go to the popular NFT, and for the first div, we'll have a data-aos equal to, we're going to use fade data-aos dash anchor placement will be top center center. Now we are going to copy this and add this here. We are going to add a delay of 100 millisecond. Now copy this for the next step, and the delay will be 200 millisecond, then 300, 400, and 500. So let's check. It's working properly. Let me show you again. Yes. Then we're going to animate this top creator section. So go to the top creator section. The first step, it have a zoom in. For the first item, we do not need the delay. For the second, we have a delay of 100 millisecond. Then we have 200 millisecond. Then 300. And then 400. Then 500. That's it. Let's check. Now our animation is working perfectly. So let me show you the animation in mobile view. So if we select iPhone 12, then refresh the page. You can see the animation is working properly in mobile phone also. So this is our animation part. It's done. Now we are going to deploy our project in live server. Here we are going to use GitHub and Vercel for this. First, we have to go to the GitHub account. First, you need to open your GitHub account. Then, here, you have to create a new repository. I'm going to name it NFT YT. And I'm going to make it a private repository and create the repository. Now, go to your project. Here, we're going to initialize our Git with git init. Sorry, it will be git init. We're going to add everything by using the command git add and then a dot. Then to commit this, git commit is our first commit. So we completed this part. Then copy this and paste it here. Then we are going to add the remote origin and finally push. So it's pushing the project in GitHub. Now it's complete. Let's refresh this page. Yes, it's deployed. It's pushed successfully in the GitHub. Then we'll go to the official website of the Vercel. Here you need to create an account. Then you will have a dashboard like this. So there you have to click this add new and then project. Now you will see the Git repository here. So my network is slow. So as you can see, our NFT YT, the repository that we recently post. So for you, you have to connect to the GitHub in Vercel. So now click this import and then click the deploy button. Now it will deploy the project in Vercel. So it's building the project, it's initializing, it's installing our dependencies. Now it's run the command of next build. Now the deployment is completed. So go to the dashboard. So this is the domain. If you want, you can use a custom domain. In the description, you have a link of the Namecheap. There you can buy custom domain and hosting for your project and you can host your project there. So now check this, the NFT. So you can see the animation is working. If I refresh, it's working. So everything is working perfectly. So in mobile view, it's also perfect. Now you can add this link in your CV or you can send it to your client. So our project is completed. If you have any question related to this project, you can comment the problem and we will give you the solution. So thank you so much.